That's what yeah. Katey said they got hit.
Alrighty, folks. Hello and welcome to Richmond Raceway. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is John Theodore, streaming live on twitch.tv/John_A_Theodore. Recorded broadcast and full race archive available at youtube.com/C/John Theodore. So however you are tuning in, thank you very much and welcome. This is going to be a 200-lap race, NIS fixed, so official iRacing, safety rating, and iRating are in effect.
Hey, Mitch supposed to stop being nice to you.
200 laps, starting 8th in the number 8 Corey Busch for Congress 2018 Ford Fusion. Let's get ready to go here.
Shut up, Mitch. Gosh.
Fuck, you're right. I should just go back to record.
Looks like we already had some contact before the start, so that's interesting.
For a week.
No, you wreck people after the last.
All right,
lap.
Spike, so you're going to be keeping track of cautions. Let's get an over-under pool going in there. I'm going to say over-under 12.
Go, guys.
Get those tires cleaned up.
Good luck. Have a fun race, boys.
Oh, nice. Cars tour. That's awesome. That would have been cool to see that. I'm sorry that you were, but school's important. Take it from me. Take care of your school and your studies first. That'll serve you well throughout life if you take school seriously now. Holy cow. I don't know who that was that started on the outside, but I guess that's Derek Norton jumping out front. Never mind, it's the 6th. That's Jason.
25.059.
I gotta stop looking at chat and start. Yeah, sorry about that. That was a little goofy there. Looking at the standings instead of the screen. Alright, we're in good shape now. Good clean start.
21.581.
Derek Norton did hold on to his lead there. We're sitting 8th, nice and clean. Get your bets in for finish. Finish top 5, win, or crash. Whatever you think's going to happen to me in this race. Get them in now before the odds shift against your favor. Not looking to do anything super crazy early on. Take care of the tires. Hope that it's a good long run here and that we can pick up some spots as things get strung out. Track position's always key at these races. Passing's difficult. We might be able to make up a few in the pits.
Car racing, we haven't done anything.
21.563.
Hey,
Let's see if we can get after this 31 car. Looks like he might be one that we can put behind us early and start marching towards the front. Richmond's definitely a track that I feel like I can compete for a win. Kind of depends on how the race plays out, but I come in, having won here in the past, although that was on pit strategy, but I come into these races with the confidence that, it's at least a track where I know I've got a better feel of what you need to do to be fast. I'm putting pressure on the 31 right now, particularly over the long run. I feel like I'll be in good shape. Just taking a look, nothing there yet.
Clear outside.
33 of Max Brady has come out of nowhere.
Inside.
No sense in fighting that super hard early.
Inside. 21.938. Still there, inside. Still there.
Not fighting it super hard, but
Inside.
the outside line does come in here as the tires get a few laps on them.
Still there. 21.966.
Going by, Jason, going by.
You're clear him.
Let's see if we can follow him along and see what he's doing. Looks like he might just be getting it hooked up better coming off the corners.
Oh, 30.
Uh-oh. Stuff's happening in the back. That's why I always like to be not in the back.
Thank you.
21.911.
He's really sending it in deep into these corners. That might not work for him over the long haul, though. It doesn't seem to be. Whoa!
21.986.
Car just jumped sideways on me going over a bump down the front straight. Got to be aware of that. Christopher Moffa in a Rusty Wallace throwback, which I absolutely love. Seeing that MGD car back there. That is cool.
22.216.
Love your paint scheme there, Chris.
Thank you, sir.
Looks like he's got a run, actually.
225. Outside. Clear. Good job.
Didn't mean that be there, buddy.
All good. That was weird. Did you lock him up a little bit on entry there?
22.237.
No. I was just getting tight at the end there. Go low, go low.
Yeah, I don't think that did any damage or anything. All right, here we go.
I don't see any damage. That was close.
22.
Now we're back on the bumper of this 31 car again. Hopefully we can work him for a spot this time.
I'm enjoying this.
And we've actually run back down on the 33. I don't think he's as much faster as he seemed earlier there. Long run, tires are going well.
3, 6.
Corressel's 22. I don't want to crash him 2 weeks in a row. That's the last thing I want to do. I didn't even crash him when that happened. I got into his rear end, but he saved it, and we were all good.
22.236.
Set's actually pretty good, Kirk. You have to be careful on throttle, as is always the case at Richmond. But, you know, it's very drivable.
22.433. Still there at your door.
I think that we're going to get
Watch out, guys.
some good multi-groove racing as the track rubbers in. And we got a lap car here. That's going to make things tougher on us.
0 low. 22.493. Clear. Inside. Clear inside. Inside. Still inside. Clear.
Still a 0X. No harm, no foul. He's just sending it in there a little bit more aggressively probably than he needs to. I was clear and he turned, you know, he just kind of drove into me.
Outside. Clear, clear. Twenty-two, 3-5.
I could have let him go, but I'm trying to preserve track position and get myself into a spot to work around the 31, so. Yeah, thank you.
22.
Third strike he's at.
Minimum speed requirement.
We're gonna have to have 29 to get off.
I think that time he actually may have hurt his front end a little bit.
He said he was gonna win.
I was sadly mistaken.
That's my bad.
22.459.
Still trying to close in on this 31. I'm been faster than him pretty much this whole run. I just need to get by him. Every time I get up to his bumper, I get caught by someone who ends up getting to my inside. I guess I need to be, when I catch him, I need to be a little bit more aggressive going down into the corner. Because the 33 got by me and the 26 was trying to get by me. And then he found out the hard way that, oh, there's the caution.
One thing for sure.
All right.
Everybody
Every time I kept somebody who could drive faster for Boston every time.
The road will be
Look
closed.
at back there, like we would have wrecked when it was.
It's good to get things settled out.
Slow down, slow down.
You're not clear off too.
You'll be lining up behind the 31.
Yeah, that's my fault, 11. I got tied off too. I'm sorry about that.
26 got involved in that.
Go on, 22.
Yeah, that was a good one.
All right, buddy. Line up behind the 31.
Brake bias feels a lot better with that adjustment that I made.
Case 2003, case 2003. It was like 2.
Let's see if we can get a good clean pit stop.
Let's go.
Pit road will be open.
Need you to either get up here or get the hell off the track. I'm not trying to catch a black flag.
Corressel's up to 18th. That's good. Looks like he's doing his usual stay out when everyone else is on pit road, and then he'll pit on his own probably. Right into our stall, nice and clean. 2.2 of optional.
We're gonna have our race. It's only downhill from here, I bet.
On Thursday, I went 87 laps and 40 laps to the start of the race.
Swear this friggin' pit crew.
Didn't gain anything, I don't think, and didn't lose
Well,
anything.
you had a good stop, Mitchell.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think so.
Looks like Owen's got a
Black
bit of
flag
damage.
speeding, 7 cars.
Uh-oh.
We're gonna need the driver of the 9 car to
Looks like you'll be
the
lining up behind the
Paul River race.
31.
These two are going to be at it all race. It's the Derek Norton Mitchell Riggs Comedy Hour.
So I get a black flag for passing the pace car when I just had to sit there and wait and go a lap down for it to pass me, and I hit, and it says I got a black flag. Fucking stupid ass game.
Hey-o.
You're going to have to come around to 13. All right, you're going to have to come around to 30.
All right. So let's see where we are. Should be still in the top. I'm in the top 10 here, but might even be a spot higher.
Come
Yeah.
around to 10.
So we're just right where we were before that caution came out. Right behind the 31. So So let's see, the 28, who is going to be getting a black flag. There are a good number of cars who are 1 lap down. He's one of them.
2.
We're 2.
All these guys who are 1 lap down,
Take 1.
I promise you, if they take care of their stuff and drive smart from here out, they'll get back on the lead lap and they'll have a chance to get back into this race. It's a long race. There's a lot that can happen. I got 168 laps to go, 167 when we take the green.
52.383.
You knocked the damn cone onto the track.
Are you guys fucking special? Why are we so far back?
Jeez, man.
I'm thinking.
See if Massey's trying to get his chat banned.
Did a really good job, man. Let's help another tug real quick.
There's a polite way to ask those questions, and then there's a wrong way.
Pace car's off. Be ready. Green flag, green flag.
Look at Mitchell getting a nice big jump there. That's how you restart when you're in first.
5, 0, 2. Outside, outside, outside. Go there.
Contact up front.
Go outside.
Trying to get down
Go out there.
into 3 correct. Oh, jeez.
Clear. 21.876.
So that's 3 times that I've been hitting this race. Haven't done a lick of it to myself. But now I've got a 4X, so that's awesome. Let's start working on the brilliant iRacing DQ system.
22.056.
Guys just overdriving their stuff early. That's the first one we got a 4X for. That did a little bit of damage. Shouldn't hurt the car too bad. It's Richmond, so aero doesn't matter so much. Car's still driving fine.
21.555.
Let's see if we can get this 31 car. That's been the battle all race so far, is trying to get that spot, focus on that one, and then once we get by him, check the next one. Right front won't turn as good, yeah. I mean, I really don't think that that's going to hurt it too bad, though. That was a minor little...
21.765.
It doesn't seem to affect. John Inizia, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the family, my brother. Okay.
Nice day, Mitchell.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
21.895.
32 lighting up his rear tires will probably have more of an effect on his long run speed than the little damage that I got in the right front. Really got to arc it into these corners. Let it roll. Asphalt Schneider, thank you for the auto host. Much appreciated. One more follower to 800. That's right. So the next follower is follower number 800. Any racing after this. We'll see how I feel, Caden. I usually don't do additional races after NIS or a league race. That ends up being enough that it's pretty draining, but we'll see. I might have one more in me depending on how it times out.
21.872.
I'm sorry, what?
Don't let it hit me, but he apologized to you.
You got me too.
It's going decent right now, just kind of holding my position, not pushing it too hard. But I mean, feels like we're putting down competitive lap times with everyone in front of me, although I just lost a little bit to 31 on that lap. Hey, I see follower number 800 over there. Gimme Zal, thank you very much for the follow. We hit the 800 mark. That's awesome. Welcome to the family, my brother. Let's get some hype in there for 800 follows.
22.10.
Oh yeah, the second lane's definitely going to come in. And it's actually already starting to.
77.
Who the hell is 77?
Sorry, Derek. I can't believe they gave it to 4-act. I'm sorry.
It's okay, man. I can't believe you gave it 4X either.
There we go. Nice. Look at that hype. 800 followers. And in a pretty short time frame, too. It was back in December that we hit 100.
22.20.
That's right, Photon. No, it's just going to keep climbing. Ooh, Mo Avenger, where'd you get that sweet beard emote? That's awesome. All right, I gotta focus. I want to try to run down this 31 and the 6. There's a little bit of gap forming between them and the top 5. So if I want to run with the top 5, I got to get in front of these two. Hanging out back half of the top 10 right now. I want to be front half of the top 10. I want to be going for the lead by the end of this thing. There's some stiff competition to fight for that win, but I want to get in that fight. Z Bryant 12, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Welcome to the family, my brother.
22.188.
Down into turn 1. See, the journey towards 900 begins already.
Sorry.
99 more to go.
It's alright. I know how it is after a moment. Hard to get back in the rhythm.
Yeah, true.
Road to 1,000 followers.
22.194.
I think that for the 1,000 follower car, we're not going to be able to fit all the followers on there like we did with the 100 follower car, but we will be able to fit all the subscribers on there. So I think that that's probably what we'll do, is we'll do subs on the 1,000 follower car.
22.373.
Subs, donors, that kind of stuff. We'll try to find space on the car for that. That'll be a little work on my end to collect all the names.
22.301.
D Wimble 27, thank you for the follow. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the family, my brother, and my fellow Rusty Wallace fan. Awesome. 31, we're starting to reel him in a little bit. Definitely seems like I'm faster than him on the long run.
I hope you gained a lot from that 11.
He's going with a little bit higher line. I'm still able to keep it down low through 1 and 2. He's making an aggressive cut into 3. I'm a little bit more shallow. I'm sliding the right front a little bit with mine, so.
22.476.
Looks like the 1's actually closing in on me a little bit. I got to giddy up and go here. I may be keeping it low for too long on exit 4. It seems like the better line is to let it go a little high.
I do not think he's meeting the pace or race speed.
outside, at your door.
Gonna let him go. He's definitely faster than me right now.
Me because he thought I was going high. Not his fault. It's just a freaking lap car got in the way.
22.699.
I said I was going to let him go, and then I got an opportunity for a sick crossover, so I'm going to take it.
Still outside. Still there. Clear.
He gets it off the corner, that's fine.
Freaking left front damage.
22.777. Working outside, outside. Clear, clear.
At 29 is just slow. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. You want me to go out there and hit the pace car? I haven't hit enough other stuff yet, Team Brady. I got to hit some more things before I go after the pace car. I've been hit a few times. Rears are starting to get a little bit tired. Looks like that middle lane's starting to come in.
Alright, this 34 is scaring me a little bit.
22.62.
What's Greg doing a lap down in the 4 already? He's usually a lot faster than that. Hey, Mama, that's right. Saturday afternoon racing at Richmond. Just a leisurely Saturday afternoon drive, nothing too special.
22.54. Big crash.
Uh-oh. Yellow.
The road is closed.
Another good run.
Lining up behind one.
Yeah, that was real good. Nice long run. I like these long runs.
You know that, sucks. Yeah. I mean, I'm still good. I mean,
Yeah, so let's see. Last time we had like a 26 lap run. Right front was at 90. So we'll see where they're at this time.
Back of the pack.
Get your camera out.
Pit road is open.
Get your camera out.
Tempers are flying. Short track tempers.
Go for go.
This is good though. I like this.
Sorry, Roman.
2 cautions, 64 laps in.
No problem.
Oh, here we go.
And that's how you get your chat banned right there, guys.
$16.9, I'm good.
Shame to see Owen getting caught up in stuff.
That's it, go!
Almost got tagged for speeding there. Wasn't paying attention. But I checked up in time. I know, people are very nice. I don't understand it. So it looks like we might have gained a spot there. Because I think that the 5 is in there for extended repairs or something. Slid his box.
What was everyone's tire that run?
My right front was 91.
Yep,
my right
so
rear was 95.
we're 9th.
Same here.
90, 95.
I got that 92 right front, 95 right rear.
Where's Coressel running? 15th, nice.
Hey, Nan, I thought you was a wrecked car, like, behind me earlier. I guess iRacing wigged out and wanted to put me a lap down when I was ahead of the pace car.
It is not a game of Avenger, it is a sim.
All right, buddy. Line
Get it
up
right.
behind and one.
Alright. So Stephen Massey 2 laps down. He should be able to get one of those back. That's right. Grab that coffee and settle in for some racing. We're getting close to we're, what? A third of the way through the race, I think.
Yeah.
People are not more civil on Rocket League. It's just that they don't have voice chat.
I got a ballet recital to get to.
Need about 3 more.
What's up, Rick? How's it going? Rick H.
Race the Swan, by the way.
03-301.
Double them up.
I know, they never learn.
Who's on your outside there? Get behind
It
the
takes a
31.
calm mindset to survive these longer races. Discipline.
Come on, guys. Catch up 23 and other truck car.
Looks like Steven settled down a little bit. You got your first win today? Nice. Good deal. Yeah, Rocket League, League of Legends, lots of salt. Although, having worked in the game industry and on multiplayer games, managing a gamer community is a very difficult thing to do.
41.70.
So,
Outside.
I always applaud the efforts of the companies that try their best to make gaming more civil.
Still outside.
14 car aggressive on the start here.
0.866. Clear by half. Outside. Still there.
He got the spot around the outside on me. Jordan R Mackey getting some, look at that. He's getting time for his Twitch and YouTube channel. Okay.
21.679.
I'm going to start trying to run that outside line a little bit better. That seems to be working well. Definitely get a better exit off the corners that way.
Working at bottom. Still there. Still there.
But I opened up the inside for the 19. Slid the right front a little bit on entry into 1. See, I can't do that if I really want to make the outside groove work. Cannot slide that right front at all, because that'll just kill it.
You gotta hold your line 22 if you're gonna do that.
21.879.
Asking people to hold their line.
I think I held it pretty good. Okay.
Going up in my line, bro.
That's funny.
It's debatable.
Right.
Wasn't Kurt getting into it with folks in last week at Bristol too? Trying to arc it a little bit more into 1 and get a run coming off 2. Now he got a good run on this 31. We've been working on him all race. I think we might actually be able to get around him this time.
Out there. Outside, outside. Still there.
What the fuck? Come on.
21.808. Clear, clear outside.
Just totally
Outside. Still outside.
One more corner and we might be able to clear him here.
Still out there.
Almost clear.
21.96.
One car getting a little sideways entering 1.
Clear high.
Finally clear. All right.
Not gonna wreck you, Jay.
All race. 76 laps to get by that 31.
Did I come down, you Mitchell?
Things are getting interesting up front, it looks like.
Oh, I didn't think I was. I was just holding my line on the outside. My bad. I didn't think I came down that much.
Great save.
21.99.
Is that the 3 leading now?
Yeah, my bad. So I just saved it though. I didn't even get a car contact, so Not sure what happened. Probably net towed, I don't know.
Let's see. They're aggressively fighting side by side right now.
22.1.
I mean, hopefully we don't have a big one, Vandango. Overtake. Yeah, a little late on that. But that feels good to put him behind. That was a long battle just to get that one spot. Hopefully we can get some of these other ones. We're going to have to get the 14 of Jordan R Mackey back behind us at some point in this race. If we want a shot at winning, we're going to have to pass all these guys. A little bit more of an arc through 1 and 2 seems to be helping the car out. A little higher arc through 3 and 4 as well. Biggest thing is getting the power down.
2.1, 2, 3.
Running 22 1s. That's right, Team Radio. We do need that top 5. Got to get there first. 4 more spots to a top 5.
2.143.
We can see it. It's at 33 right now. Just trying to work over this 14. He got by us on the restart. By being aggressive with the outside line. Now that we've got the 31 behind us, he's dropping back a little bit further.
22.161.
Just trying to be smooth right now. It seems like everyone up here in the top 10 is kind of running the same lap times, almost identical.
22.2.
Ah, Mama got her coffee. That's good. Yeah, taking care of the tires will definitely pay off in the long run. Taking care of the car will pay off over the course of the race, although based on what the tire wear that others have been reporting, I'm not taking care of them as well as some of the other guys, so I got to do an even better job of it. .30 car is getting lapped by all the leaders right now. Alec going to his inside.
22.338.
Highline's definitely come in. Now the 30's slowing up the 14. He can't get out of the way fast enough. He bound us up a little bit on corner exit there.
Still there. Outside clear.
Hey, I'm too old for this. 120 bits. Thank you for the cheer, my man. Much appreciated.
22.561.
Leaders are in traffic. Definitely need to start closing in on these guys a little bit.
22.
Everyone's speeds are just so even right now. It's hard to find a way to differentiate myself from these guys who are in front of me and try to gain a little bit on them. Seemed like I was closing in a little bit on the 14 there before we caught that lapped car. I think he ended up having a little bit easier time getting by him than I did. I got bound up a little bit off turn 2. But if I, thank you, my man, much appreciated. Look at you taking 3rd spot on the cheerboard for the week. Awesome.
22.391.
Now I'm back 9/10 of a second, so Jordan's actually pulling away from me a little bit there. Starting to push off of turn 4 just a tad.
22.5.
I got to adjust where I'm picking up the throttle. Trying to get a good run on corner exit, particularly off 4, and make use of that nice long front straightaway, which will help for running these guys down if I can get it right, but it'll also help for making a pass if I can get that run coming off the corner and be a little bit lower. That would be good.
22.527.
Stephen Massey in the 28 going a lap down. He didn't pit. If he would have pitted, he'd be multiple laps down. He's just, I think that once I got by him, it just, you know, that can break you down psychologically when you lose a battle, and it seems like he's just struggling on this run. Other folks are figuring some things out. Up, 19 trying a little bit too hard to get back into the throttle, lost it off the corner there. So I think Stephen Massey's going a lap down again because he did not pit on the last caution, got the wave around.
Thank you.
Hoping that another quick caution would happen. It has not come out. So his tires are catching up with him. Hey, more chippiness, more salt. This race was not salty enough, so we've added some more. 50% more salt for the pleasure of the viewing audience.
22.677.
Just kind of riding here. Like I said, I don't know that I'm actually doing a great job of saving my tires, because in the long run it seems like I'm getting beat by these guys actually. We'll see though, if they're really pushing it, maybe on the extremely long run, might work out. There is the salt emote. Rears are definitely starting to lose grip on the front straight now. That exit off turn 4 is getting interesting, and that's when guys will start having issues. We're past halfway now. Screaming Cheese, how's it going, man? Welcome to you. Ooh. That's the 5 behind me. He's the one who had the pit road issue. So he was a lot faster car earlier in this race. And he's closed back up. Hey, TX4, thank you for the cheer. Much appreciated. Thank you for the biddies. All right, you have a good one, man. Don't let that bank rob you blind. Hopefully you're able to get back in time for the finish. And thank you for the biddies.
23.05.
Yeah, I'm definitely missing something on the long run here. Whoa! Rick H with the $10 donation. Thank you very much. My goodness, you guys. Very generous today. Thank you very much.
22.831.
I gotta back up my corner entry a little bit. Something... It's just not working for me in turn 1. That's awesome, Rick. Thank you so much. Screamin' Cheese with the resub. Thank you very much for the resub, Screamin' Cheese. That's awesome. Let's get some sub hype in for Screamin' Cheese. There we go. Mova Avenger dropping the hype. The beard hype. My handling is starting to go away a little bit. A caution would not be an unwelcome sight right now.
22.76.
Just to get some fresh tires and kind of get things closed back up again.
Outside, still there. Clear, clear, clear. Working the bottom. Still there on the bottom. Still there at the bottom. 23.0.
Trying to fight this 19 car off.
Clear inside.
And he's got it. Gonna die guy, thank you for the follow, very much appreciated. Welcome to the family, my brother. So we've fallen all the way back to 11th on this run. I guess I am just scorching my right front a little bit too much on corner entry. That seems to be it. It's just tightened up. And I can't get the grip on entry, the turn-in that I need. And that's hurting me on the long run.
22.954. Outside, outside.
Down to the inside here.
Still outside.
Get through this lap car.
Clear high.
See if we can stay with the 19.
22.
But we have lost touch with those guys that we were battling with earlier. We've actually got a pack of hungry wolves who wants more spots from me. We might actually, if this keeps going green like this, we might have to think about making a green flag pit stop.
Thank you.
Which I don't think I've ever had to do that at Richmond. I can't imagine that it would be a good idea to do it early.
22.936.
Then again, if we really think that it's going to go long green, it might be, you know, you want to be on the short end of that pit. Leader is 0.3 faster right now.
22.911.
Yeah, I got to just focus on hooking it up correctly.
I'm really sorry, man.
22.924.
Cold ass driving in my car. Yeah, you're all good. I'm struggling anyway.
We got about 50 laps on gas right now.
Thank you.
If we wanted to split this into 2 runs, we're right about, I mean, 20-ish laps from where we would want to pit if we wanted to do that. And there's the caution.
You want to something to drink? Yes, they'll take a Captain Morgan and Diet Coke.
And Mitch got spun.
The road is closed.
All right, so that takes fuel out of the equation.
We got to catch it.
Just as we were talking about it, that's all out of the equation now.
Sorry about that, man. I called my caution, guys.
Open.
I was
We're gonna have to
losing
come around
traction really bad.
You're behind the 19.
Sorry.
Don't apologize to me. I needed that.
I got ran into earlier in the run, and they were just going downhill fast.
So we got to take even better care of our tires there.
I thought I gave you enough room. That was my bad.
No, you're all good.
Let's see, maybe we can get a spot on the 19.
Gives me a chance to check out what kind of damage
There we
I
go.
have. Get some new tires.
Staying hydrated, got to keep the bot happy.
That's it, go!
Not going to gain a spot on the...
85, my right rear is a 92. And 94.
We get a thumbs up
Jeez.
from everybody? Okay, whatever, our backup...
Well, it's
make
not
sure
that
they can hear me.
different from what they're doing.
Oh, wait, what was your
83.
85.
How did I have a better right front than you?
I don't know.
My right rear was the
I was
same
right
as
on the
theirs.
bottom,
Right front was a little bit worse. But obviously, like, just a percentage on wear, it makes a big difference.
Why, with you slipping back, I guess that made you slower. That made you conserve the right front a little bit more, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, but he was like dirt tracking it off of 4 every lap. That's interesting.
I'm glad someone saw that.
Oh, then your rear tire must be hot and gone pretty much. What was your like with left rear and right rear?
Yeah, my right front was holding the most heat, too.
90 and 88.
So I just need to back up the corner entry a little bit.
10-4. Mine, left rear was
A little bit
93,
easier
right rear
on
was
corner
92.
entry. Try to maximize corner exit.
90 right front.
Maybe get that a little bit better. Less than 80 to
No,
go.
that was left rear. My right front was 85.
Still have,
Oh,
you know,
No,
decent
it would
track
not be that
position.
high, no.
Been holding it up here all race. This is, you know, this is when things start getting interesting. We're now at less distance than the A fixed races run, I think, or about the same distance.
John, do you see a lot of damage on the right side?
All right, buddy. Line up behind at 7. 1 to go.
Not a ton.
Don't start on the
It
inside.
doesn't look
You're going to be lining up behind
any
the
worse than
19.
mine is, probably.
You're gonna have
10-4,
to
looks
come
like
around
Richmond.
to 21, 53, 21.
Yep, we got a lot of cars that look like they're racing at Richmond out here.
19.
Edge, you should see my left front pretty much all popped up and screwed up.
Out flat, 1, 2, 3. How's it going, man? Welcome. How's your Saturday going so far? All right, reset here. We're going to have 77 laps to go on this restart out of 200. We've only had 3 cautions, so it's been easy to keep track of them. We're going to finish well under the over-under of 12 that I set.
Green flag.
good stuff.
40.302. Quarter outside. Still outside.
Nice restart there.
Get up there and get dirty with these boys. Can't tell yet. Clear, clear. Outside.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Big Hoss. Much appreciated.
Feels so weird being on new tires.
Still there. Quarter. Clear, clear. 21.
We got guys up here that we haven't been racing with all race. 21 car I haven't seen all race long.
Clear, clear, clear. Outside.
32, you're an idiot.
Uh-oh. More tempers.
21.664.
And I'm also not really taking care of my right front with this battle with the 19. But I want the spot. Track position means everything. Later in the race you get, the more it matters. Got him.
21.628.
So we picked up 2 spots on that restart. That worked well. Uh-oh. And the 1. Sideways. Made a nice save. But we might be able to get after him here.
I don't know if I touched you there, but good save.
21.
Yeah, it was a good save 1. Very nicely done.
Nah, I'm trying to keep it low. Cut his fucking here under someone. I mean, lose the fuck. Really?
We weren't able to get in on the freebie party, unfortunately. He slipped in right in front of us.
You just overdrove it right into the corner and fucking come up on me. So you didn't wreck, did you? I didn't either.
28's been into it with a lot of folks today. Who's this behind me? Oh, that's Mitchell. Yeah.
21.8.
Doesn't surprise me that he wants by. He was running up front all race. Now he's stuck behind me.
Sorry, 25. Nice save.
But I've got this track position now. I want to hold it and get some more if I can.
Just let you know that wall's been there this whole time.
21.82.
Stephen Massey loves the sound of his old voice. Although, like I'm the one to talk. Thank you, Big Hoss. Much appreciated. Water bottle is definitely a fan favorite on this channel for sure.
21.888.
Didn't quite get it slowed down a little bit. Tried to go with a little bit more roll speed in the corner. That didn't work out in turn 1. Holding 9th.
21.895.
Trying to improve my line. Little tweaks over the course of a long run will pay big dividends at the end of it. Gotta focus. Hit them braking points each time correctly. Get it slowed down, get back to the gas, unwind the wheel. A lot to think about and focus on. Trying to do it a little bit better than everyone else. Got Mitchell breathing down our neck right now. One car's having issues for the first time all race. His steady march to the front has been stalled. .98. 14 looking inside of the 2. 1 getting sideways off the corner.
Inside.
Mitchell shows me a nose.
Still inside your door. Clear low.
Maybe we'll hold him off for now.
1. Inside. Still there. Still there. And clear.
Looks like I'm not going to be able to pull off the crossover move. So I'm still 10th. Holding top 10. I want to get up in that top 5 though. Easy does it on the tires. Now, The thing is that I did beat him up a little bit in that battle with the 19, which means that now we could be in trouble for the rest of the run. If this thing goes long again, there really won't be much race left after this run, and it's it's possible that this could be the final run to the finish.
Thank you, Katey.
We got 60 laps to go.
2.22.
Mitchell now working on the 1. I mean, Mitchell was running up front all race long, battling for the lead. Made his tires mad on that last run, got himself spun out to bring out that caution and lost a lot of track position. And it's just going to be a long, hard battle for him to try to get that back. That's the kind of stuff right there. That entry into 3, that's what kills my right front, is when I enter corners like that. Just a little bit too hard. 21 almost got my bumper that time. Smoothing it out. '21's a little bit faster, it seems like, right now. I don't know if he didn't qualify or if he just didn't have a great qualifying run, but I haven't seen him all race, which means that he's come from a bit further back and worked his way through the field. And now he's looking at trying to get into the top 10 for the first time in this race. I'm trying to hold him off and try to close back in on this group so that I can advance my position a little bit better. I think we've been as high as 8th and as low as 11th. Caution came out right when we were about to drop back from 11th and possibly go back even further. So it was well timed for us in terms of preserving track position. 33 way, or the 30 way up the hill. That's a lap car, I think. Yeah. Get him out of our way. 21 might have used up his stuff a little bit. He's fallen back a little. And Mitchell's got to run on the inside of the 1. Nothing doing that time. Down to the inside of the 30. Shouldn't give us too much of a problem here.
Clear.
Good deal.
Thank you.
And the 21 is going to work him in the next corner. Those two are running side by side, and it's not really costing them that much time. Which is also why it's so hard to pass.
22.477.
High lane and the low lane are really both pretty competitive. And Mitchell's through. So he's working his way back up. He's putting his car right down on that yellow line. So maybe I should try to do the same.
22.479.
Yeah, man.
Get a little bit lower in these corners. Get a little bit better roll speed.
Thank you.
Or not better roll speed, but better roll time.
22.547.
Yeah, 4X so far, Speedy 12 driver. Nothing that was my fault. I got doored, I forget by who, on a restart by a guy who lost grip coming off of turn 4 and got right down into the right side of me.
22.524.
That got me the 4X.
Thank you.
Tiny little bits of contact here and there through this race, nothing major. Been pretty clean. No real drama. Like I said, high of 8th, low of 11th.
22.58.
Been running 9th or 10th most of the race. Mitchell is charging back through here. He's up to 6th now. As Alec has trouble and is slipping back.
22.548.
Like Mitchell got a little squirrely there. The 14's trying to make a move back on him. Don't know if that's going to work or not.
0.609.
That's got to be another lap car there with their back end completely knocked off. Laps are winding down. Less than 50 to go now.
07.
43 to go that time by. We'll see if we can catch up to Alec in the 2.
2.61.
Charlie Ryan just got by him. The 11, Anthony Garcia, he's been in a wreck tonight. Front and rear of that car all banged up. That's going to overheat the right front if I keep entering like that. The 11 clipped the apron a little bit there. He's still trying to make that junker work. Greg Michalczyk also at number 4 has been up bad. He's had a rough race all afternoon long or all night long, however you want to phrase it, depending on whether you're going with what the game time is since it's a night race or if you're going by actual time, which is the mid-afternoon, midday. Early afternoon.
22.76. Clear.
Been a long one for the 4. He got caught up in a wreck early on, I'm guessing, and just has been laps down and nursing that damage. It's going to cost him some iRating for sure.
22.665.
Since he's in the number 4. There's been some salt, but it's been a largely drama-free race, fairly clean.
Exit. 22.733 outside.
Which has been pretty good.
Still out there.
Very low caution count.
Clear.
Nice save, dude.
Yeah, that should happen.
Yeah, well, and that's by design, Mova Avenger, the way that iRacing does it. When you have a large number of registrants, the splits tend to be pretty close, so it's pretty competitive, which I like.
Get ready to be Tokyo drifting the next 30 laps. No, sir.
All right, yep. 34 to go this time by. This race is going to be over quickly if we don't get a yellow.
22.813.
14 and the 1 are going at it pretty hard there. That is for 7th spot. DuShock Film NASCAR, what's up, man? Welcome. Yeah, the rears are going to start giving up on guys who have been abusing them. My right front will be giving up again because I've been abusing that probably a little bit too much again. Good battle between the 14 and the 1. If they slow each other up, I might be able to gain up on those guys and maybe get some positions. Not really feeling any pressure out back right now, so that's good. Whew. Those two are racing each other real close. One's trying to crossover move back to the inside.
22.773.
14 very high into turn 1. He's trying to crossover move again. That is a heck of a battle. And at this point, you know, it's too late. There's no move over. You gotta contest that spot
22.984.
because that might be the last time you have an opportunity to get it. You know, if there's no caution, this thing's going to be over pretty soon. You just hold what you've got and you fight as hard as you can for it and try to get the next one if you can.
Thank you.
22.914.
Thank you.
Been a refreshingly clean NIS fixed race to this point, which has been nice. DualShock Film NASCAR, thank you for the follow, very much appreciated. That's DualShock Films, sorry for the mispronunciation. DualShock Films NASCAR. Thank you much for the follow there. Much appreciated. Welcome to the family, my brother. One and a half seconds back now. Kind of started missing my marks a little bit. Fell back of this battle.
Cautious for that.
What'd you say?
Back tires are definitely screaming at me.
Did you say 27?
The 19's starting to close back in. So we might have to work for this top 10 position yet.
That was close.
Laps are really winding down.
You're running, Kevin. Yeah, thanks for the room on that guy.
Tiny little brush with the wall there as I'm trying to maximize every inch of this track right now.
22.88.
Just run my laps, keep my eyes out the windshield. I don't have any real pressure out the back yet, so I don't have to defend. But if he closes in anymore, then I will have to defend the spot.
22.989.
Just keep it smooth. Running 22.9 on that last lap right there.
thank you.
That's what I'm trying to do, mama. 21 to go this time by.
I got you, fam.
Just got to keep those lap times consistent. If I am steady on those, it doesn't seem like he's able to run faster than that. And he's got pressure from behind. That'll help me. Oh, the 31's now dropped a lap down. So after he was running in the top 10 pretty well all race, his race is falling apart.
22.934.
$19 to go. I'm not sure whether I want a caution or not. Top 10 here is pretty good. Obviously, a caution would bring us back into contention to maybe get a couple more spots, but it also puts us at risk to lose a bunch. So I am pretty happy with how this race is going. It would be fine to see it finish under green. But if we get a reset, I won't complain about that either.
23.029.
Seems like I've been a little bit better each run from the previous to the next. Yeah, I mean, there's no saving tires at this point. It's go time. I've been saving them to use them up right here.
23.033.
I mean, I can't kill them, but this few laps to go, there's nothing left to save them for. And it is getting interesting up in front of me. Looks like some lap traffic and some lead lap cars.
23 flat.
We're now running a 23 flat. That's still pretty good. That's fallen off a tenth from where we were about 5 or 10 laps ago. That should be fairly standard with tire wear. Not sure how much faster than me this 12 car is, but he's gotten by the 19.
23.11.
That was a 23.1. So a tenth slower that lap than the previous versus the previous one. And they have 14 to go this time by. Good bit of lap traffic up in front.
23.048.
Still need to get past this 31.
Racing too hard, I didn't want much up.
Outside. Clear, clear, clear. Outside.
He was really slow.
Clear.
Coming off the corner there.
23.258.
Second place, go low.
All right.
I'm gonna lift.
I see. We were having good racing too, and you want to just fucking door me. I understand.
Wow.
Get him, Nick, get him.
More tempers. 12 to go.
071.
Get your camera out.
We're not really in the middle of a battle, but the battles that are going on are pretty heated at this point. Yeah, the 31's race just fell apart, unfortunately for him. I don't know what happened, but he just lost the handling on it.
23.075.
Eric Laval, he's off and pretty quick too. These long runs have caught a lot of folks out. $10 to go.
23.056. 10 to go at a time.
Still running 23 flat. That was probably a little bit harder into turn one than I needed to be. 12 has gotten by the 31. So now I need to get caught up and get by the 15. So I can try to keep a car between us. Always feels better to have that buffer car. Well, I think we're going to run it out green, boys. This is going to be 8 to go. And never mind.
Pits are closed. All right, buddy. Line up behind.
All right. No fuel. No tear off.
Hold your brake.
I'm getting 4 tires.
Hold your brake,
I think.
man.
Should be starting behind the 15.
That was dumb.
Although,
25, I appreciate that.
yeah, I'm going to get 4.
I appreciate that 4X karma, bitch.
Come around in 12.
I mean, I gave you that on purpose. I was giving you the bumper. Get out of the way.
I got a pit, I think. In my opinion, this is a pit stop
Good to know you
situation.
for iRacing, hello.
Line up behind the 15.
Was it on purpose? Let's do it.
We got how many on the lead lap right now?
Have somebody, or was you purposely causing a yellow?
If you
All right, buddy.
can't take a
Line up
bump
behind
at a
the
short
15.
track, you need to just go race somewhere else.
Says the guy who hasn't been able to take a bump all race.
I didn't intentionally give him a 4X, but I did intentionally give him a little bump. Nothing that was going to wreck him, who knows that.
So we got a lot of folks staying out, and then I'm either the first or the second car who's going to have new tires.
Why is that going pit? It's going to be a junk.
All right.
Short track racing, you're supposed to use the bumper. You just can't wreck the guy in front of you. If you wreck the guy in front of you, you don't know how to give someone the bump.
That's
Yeah,
it.
we got 10 people that stayed out. We're dead.
All right.
Line up
So,
behind
yeah.
the 1.
A lot of folks stayed out. I did almost hit the barrels. But I got in fine. Got out fine. Didn't cost me anything there. So let's see. When we come back around here, we are going to be
5 laps to go.
We're dead.
Time.
10th.
I should have never pit. I took 2 tires and it made me wait 5 more seconds.
Right, Carson?
Surprised you guys did pit.
I think Carson's calling it right there. We got grade A streaming
Screw that.
content coming.
Wait, I was going into turn 1 late in the race. Screw that.
Well, this
I
is
want
going to be it.
tires.
Well, there's going to be a wreck here. I mean, staying out was the right decision.
I don't know if staying out was the right
Yeah,
decision or not. We'll
I'll
see.
be surprised if we can make it to the white. If we can make it to the white, they may be in trouble.
Did people actually stay out?
About
6 of them.
about half the drivers on the lead
people
lap.
stayed out.
Personally, in hindsight, I think that was the right decision.
Come around 4.
We'll see. I mean, those tires are old, so we'll see. 79% on my right front. I'm definitely glad that I pitted.
All right, you're going to have to come around at 15.
Restarting 11th.
I hate all of you.
This is going to be, yeah, this will be interesting. I am definitely glad that I didn't stay out, because the last thing I want to be is the guys who are in the last row in front of the fresh tires, where Alec and the 12 are.
Whoever wrecked, thanks for ruining this race.
47.9.
Yeah, I didn't think about staying out until after
So here we go.
the road, 'cause I was immediately
19's on our outside again.
Saw the tires.
E-Money Blit, thank you for the follow.
Everybody get ready for
2 to go here.
You can thank the 25 there, Mitchell.
Mitchell, I'm going to give him room, because if I try to pass on
This
you,
is
I'm
going to
gonna get
be
blocked twice, so be ready.
interesting.
My man, clean them off, tighten them up. You ready? We're going green this time.
I mean, I'm starting on the outside, so I'm just waiting to go into imminent disaster. Like, I'm.
This is going to be a lot of wheel spin.
1 lap at a time, 1 car at
Hey,
a
watch
time.
out for the checkup on the outside. Get that going.
Green, green, green. Should be 2.
All right.
44.623.
It's not even the guys with the old tires that are causing the problems right now.
Still there. Quarter outside. 1 car only. Clear high, clear high. Keep it up, caution.
Here's the caution.
Freaking word! We were so close.
Where are we going to finish?
Last
Wait, so staying out actually made that dude win. Holy shit.
9th. I'll take it. That's where I was supposed to finish.
People can't keep it together for one lap. Probably was the right call to stay out.
And I mean, that seriously wasn't even anything with the guys that stayed out that caused that. That was all guys that hit it. Nathan, how'd you do in your race, by the way?
Or people that got tagged on the left rear because someone can't hold a lane.
Optimal Speed, thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Very much appreciated. Let's drop some sub hype in for him.
Yep.
Oh, you got taken out, dang.
Yep, good one. Good shit, kid.
I mean, that wasn't even, the wreck was not even, that wreck was not even because of people staying out. That was all guys with fresh tires running over each other.
Good work, everybody.
Good race. Nice run there, Mackey.
I'll take a top 10.
I mean, I thought that. It's just the fact that we were so close to taking the white and then the cars came out.
Nice run, yeah, good race, guys.
Good race, guys.
Yeah, I hear you, 3. I was looking at probably gaining some spots too, but well.
If we were going to make it for the white, these guys were dead. We would have had them.
I'll take a P3 in this split.
Yeah, that's the first.
Awesome. 5 cautions. That was pretty clean. Let's take a look at that last restart. So here we go. This is the final restart. It's the 1 going 3 wide, and the 7 has contact with the 1. That causes him to slide. We all get stacked up. Some guys go through the middle, others go through, and then the 12 cuts off, and there's, I mean, there, right there, that's a big.
I know you weren't, but you did, and that's why there was a caution. Well, the caution was like 10 seconds after that even happened.
So there's contact between the 7 and the 1. The 2 also gets loose. And remember when I said I didn't want to be in the spot that the 12 and the 2 were? The guys who were in the back ended up falling back. They helped to buffer the guys. Ended up. Yeah, oh, and that's always tough, man. You definitely earned the ire of, who was it? Was it the 28 that was mad at you?
That black and blue car came under Daffin.
Any other angles you guys want to see? I think we pretty well caught what happened with that. But, so here's the thing. If I would have stayed out, I would have been restarting where the 12 was, who he got in the wreck and finished 16th, or the 2 who got 13th. Because I got 4 tires and kept my head on that restart, I ended up getting 9th. Happy with that. Carson got 6th, so he did a little bit better. Jason Malouin, Katey Heydt, Max Brady, those 3 who are up in the front couple rows. Hood cam of the 1. Do we have a roof cam? No, we can go cockpit though. I mean, he's trying to get in there 3 wide, and I don't blame him for that. Yeah, the 7 probably kept it a little bit too high for him there. Then he gets in the wall, and then the 12 comes up across his nose, and I understand him being pissed. He had a great race. Here's the view that the 7 had. And again, I mean, you got old tires on those first 6 cars. I don't know that I see anything really wrong with the line Mitchell is taking here. He could have been lower, but that's a very standard line to enter turn 1 for the inside car. You know what, actually, I think far chase view from the 1. Okay. And then, I think we're going to end up doing one more race here. So I got to get out and do that, but let's see. I mean, there's definitely contact between the 1 and the 7. The 1 slides, and we got 2 more of the guys who stayed out on tires dirt tracking it there. 1 gets the wall. And the 1 here is kind of, I mean, he's down a little bit off the wall, but the 12 comes up on him. They're 4 wide. It's just a mess at that point. Some guys getting into it who I hadn't seen all race, except for I either hadn't seen them all race or I only saw them when I was lapping them. 9th place. Not bad at all. Could have been a lot worse. Oh, and you got a lap number? Jay Sadler intentionally wrecked you. Do you know what lap that was? I guess this will be right around here. I mean, there are a lot of them that are going to be slow is the problem. Let me see. Was it? I feel like this caution was for something else. Yeah. All right. So I've got the results up. I'm going to make sure that I get registered for the National Series, so we don't miss that. Okay. So let's go to your perspective here, because I remember when he was squawking at you. Thanks, Speedy12. Yeah, that was pretty good. Let me see. Oh, you didn't see that in the chat? Where is he? So there's this.
The funny thing is the 4X.
This here, right there. That's what he said, Owen. So if you want to protest him for that nonsense, no one would think you were in the wrong.
Lap 187.
Wait, what happened?
Just trying to find where you got wrecked.
21 was like, that's karma for giving me the 4X or whatever. And I said I was giving you the bumper on purpose. The 4X was actually him coming down on me. Just watched it.
Oh. That caution that came out with like 193, like the final caution for the big junk restart. Did you just get taken out intentionally, or was that you just wasn't?
I haven't watched the replay of it, but the 25 dumped me. I mean, I don't think he did it on purpose. He just ran out of talent.
Yeah, he came into you pretty quick. Yeah, I really don't know what to call on that one. That's a tough one to call.
You've already got a bunch of damage here.
Yeah, I was trying to get in the
me in the middle lane. I can't run against the wall, but it's what
Lap 62.
Actually, you can. I mean, I was doing it, but I'm not mad about it, so I didn't say anything.
Okay, here we go.
That contact is right there.
Oh, yeah, there he is. He's right behind you.
Side by side.
No, I completely understand. I don't care about the bumper. I can take the bumper no matter what, but I felt like I got doored. That's it.
Oh, yeah, he did just take you out. I mean, Owen, I'd protest him for that. Did you have contact with him before?
I was running the top. You definitely can run the top there.
Yeah, you can run the top pretty much everywhere. I saw Derek was pretty much running behind me like the whole race. I kept seeing him go up like to the second or third groove in like every corner. I just stuck it on the yellow line because I just didn't want to give up the bottom. I felt like I was faster down there.
Oh, okay, I see. Here we go.
Hey,
now, let's
if you guys
see.
want to see the best save ever, go to lap.
So you get into him. Now let me see. Because
166. Who was that?
you're just racing.
That's it's 164 on the front stretch.
He's all wiggly. I mean,
Oh yeah, I hit the wall on this.
okay, 146. He's 137, which is the same speed as the guys who are up in front of him. But if I wind,
Well, for what reason I can't watch it because I don't know if it's the cars I have run
Yeah, I don't
or
know.
what.
anyway,
I'll have to watch. Were you streaming?
I'm gonna save the replay.
No, I'm not.
Oh, and if you want to send me a PM, I can send you the. Oh, you hit him there intentionally? Oh, you guys just had a lot of stuff going on apparently. Whew. 9th place, 144 points, plus 43 iRating, 70.76 SR. I like that. That's the good stuff. We're going to have no time for